Okay, this is the swimming pool video, but there's a lot more to a swimming pool than just a hole in the ground. This is the patio area. This is a gate that comes out. This door does not, and it swings out like it should, but it's not self-closing and self-latching. Alright? So if it's not self-closing and self-latching, then that kind of negates the idea of having the security gate. And in that case, then all the exterior doors and the exterior windows, with or without the gate, the exterior windows that open up directly to the swimming pool area, that's the garage, doesn't count. Okay, but these windows should have security alarms. We should have a self-closing gate or security alarms on these doors that open up to the swimming pool area that is distinct and different from the alarm that goes to the house. So that way you could be in the other room ironing and you could hear and know that somebody had gone into the swimming pool area. This gate swings out. That's a good thing. But it's installed, the fence is installed backwards so that we have all the rails that are exposed on this side. These rails can be used as an impromptu ladder so that people could enter your swimming pool area. They could crawl over your fence, come in here, party down. Garth? Wayne? Okay, this pool measured to be level. Okay, it's about 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches, and 4 inches. That's good. We have plastic skimmers. Alright? Now, these skimmers do not have weir traps. We have another skimmer over there. They do not have weir traps. That's okay. That's okay. They come with weir traps. It's okay if they have them. It's okay if they don't have them. I actually prefer not to have them. But they are convenient because anytime leaves get in, like the trap keeps the leaves there instead of coming back out into your swimming pool. But they also pose entrapment issues, and that's why I don't particularly like them. Okay, this water faucet is not an anti-siphon water faucet, so barometric pressure pushing down on the swimming pool can force swimming pool water back up into the house, into the drinking water. I'm not even sure if these are even allowed any longer. Okay? So, and it measures 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches. I triangulated this. These are our channels, our channel drains, and we got a nice French top drain over here, surface drains for this. These channels are broken and compromised. The mastic sealer going around the coping tiles is broken and compromised. These skimmers have plastic lids, okay? If somebody steps on this, it's going to break. It's supposed to be replaced about every 3 years. It's supposed to be replaced about every 3 years. This swimming pool system does not have a chlorinator. So we've got a floating chlorinator right there. That's a toy that should be removed before people enter the pool. Kids are going to throw that. They're going to try and catch it. Ducks fly, catch the duck. It's full of chlorine. Chlorine's pouring down on the poor kid's face and his eyes. Bad scene. Bad scene. That comes out. That's a good device. All by itself. It doesn't need any company. Nobody needs to swim with that. We're coming along here. I can see some staining and I can see some cracking on the pool surface right in here. And I'm going to back up a little bit. This is the first place that I noticed it. Now these are not the kind of cracks like a crack in your shell. Okay, these little spider cracks, that's like cracks in the plaster. It's cracking in the plaster. It tells us that this plaster's about had it. It's worn off over here at the steps. I mean, it's time. It's time. It's time to resurface the swimming pool. Moving on along. We're still going. We got a single drain. When this pool is of an age when single drains were allowed, and you can't add another drain practically. So when you resurface the pool, you want to make sure that you get the approved drain cover for that, for a single drain. I do not know if that drain cover is approved. I'll look at it when I get home. The report might say something different. But regardless, you're going to get a new cover when you get a new surface, and it's time for a new surface. I mean, can you enjoy it? Yes, you can enjoy it. You can get wet. You can jump in there. You see that right down there? Well, there's a couple of things, but I mean, I'll wait on that one. You see these bubbles? Okay, that means we have an air leak in the equipment on the suction side, and it's letting air into the system and it's getting rebroadcast. If the leak was on the pressure side, you wouldn't notice, you wouldn't have air that had been introduced into the system. So these bubbles are a symptom of a pump equipment water leak on the suction side. I'm not saying that you don't have a water leak on the pressure side. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I can ascertain that you at least have one leak here. Moving on along. Now when the surface starts doing this, that's called mottling. And again, that is another symptom. We've got several clues that tell us it's time to refinish this pool surface. It's time. And you know what's going on over here with another plastic skimmer? I haven't looked in this one yet. Yeah, it's full of leaves because it doesn't have a, or it does have a rear trap. Okay, but that's called the light, and the light is on. Okay, the switch is on, but the light's not working. So what does that tell us? That tells us you need a light on the pool, because if you have a critical situation and somebody goes missing, you need to see the bottom of the pool. Minutes count. You need to know where the light switch is, which is right over there. You need to turn it on and see the bottom of the pool, and then hopefully you're going someplace else to look for the missing person. Okay, hopefully you turn the light on and there's nothing down there, but you got to be able to see it. You got to be able to see it, and the light for the swimming pool doesn't work. Coming on along. Well, this deck is fun. In fact, I'll spend some time on there in a minute. We've got a DE filter. We've got 15 PSI since I got here, so that hasn't changed. Your equipment, those are your timers for your pump equipment. They're located on the wall behind the pump equipment. You got to crawl all over this stuff to get to those timers. So they should not be located there. You can't service this stuff like that. Also with the timers, they're missing their dead front covers. Okay? You can touch any of those wires and grab yourself a good old dose of electricity. Not that you want to. I'm not telling you to do that. Coming over here, you look inside here, you see the gears? They're not moving. If the gears are not moving, the timers are not working. These pumps are both running because they're switched on. That's why they're running. They're not running because they're on the timer. The timer doesn't work. Okay, they're bonded. I've got the data plates for both the pump motors, and for this pump, I can't find a data plate for this pump. I got the data plate for the water filter. There's some leaks right here. I can see the water all around the connections on the small pump right there. Alright. Then this valve is not labeled. That valve is not labeled. The valve is supposed to be labeled. And then this pump over here, this larger pump, the primary pump, okay, he's sitting on wood. He's got a wood foundation. That's no good. Think termites like that? I do. That's what I think. I think termites like it a lot. Coming over here, this is our water filter. And 2007. That's how old it is. 2007. Let's see if I got any notes that can catch me up to date on that. That's 15-year-old water heater. Water filter. 15-year-old water filter. This is the main service switch for your pump equipment, not your light. That's how you turn the pumps off. The timers aren't going to do it for you. This is GFCI, which works. And this cover, okay, would be acceptable for this equipment because it is not required to have an in-use cover, because nothing is supposed to share this GFCI. You're not supposed to plug your radio into here, or your sun lamp in there, or whatever it is that you want to plug in there. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to plug anything else in with that, so it doesn't require a special cover. So what do we learn? We learned that our gates are backwards. We learned that we don't have alarms. We don't have a self-closing gate. We learned that our mastic sealant is giving up the ghost. We learned that our light does not work. We learned that we do not have an anti-siphon device for the water supply, and that our pool surface is giving up the ghost. It's time to finish the pool surface, and that also means that you're going to do the mastic sealer around here. We learned that some of our drains are cracked and compromised. That one looks okay, I guess. See, that one's broken. We got broken ones around here. We learned that our pool light does not work. We learned that probably that's the wrong kind of drain for there, but we're not 100% sure. We learned that the little duck gets out of the pool before the big ducks get in. That's what we learned. Also, interesting to note, we don't have any pool cleaning equipment. We do not have a pool sweep that I can see. I can determine. We just have this little handle here, that little net there, this little net right here. That's probably going to catch some leaves and probably let a few of them go too. Okay, it's probably not in the best shape. So that's what we learned. Oh, and our windows for the primary bedroom suite are not don't have a special alarm on them, as well as the sliding glass doors.